Hey guys, Tara here, and today we are looking at a 2v2. This is a live auto match game. I saw it on the list and I was like, man, I gotta cast that because these are two of the top teams from the upcoming 2v2 tournament. The right hand side here we have Brosras as the Soviets, and his loadout is mechanized support, anti-infantry tactics, and tank hunter. Pretty unusual. I mean, this is very standard, but the other two quite unusual. Teaming up with him is Artavick as US Forces, who has heavy cavalry, infantry company, and airborne. Quite unusual to see US Forces as well, so that's a bit of a surprise. Commanders and US Forces, both surprising, but we did see Artavick very capable in that 2v2 I cast a couple of days ago. Facing off against them is Stuve as OKW, straight away locking in special operations, and similar for KIMBO as Austria, straight away locking in lightning war, so no questions about what they're up to. Locking in lightning war though this early is a little bit risky, because if you do end up facing off against ISU 152, you don't have the option of going for something like the elephant, so probably wouldn't recommend it. Or if you face off against howitzers. Obviously there aren't any howitzers in these loadouts, but they do quite often crop up in auto match. Oh my god, these combat engineers just need to stand still and start shooting. Just running around for so long, not really maximizing the accuracy. Stuve Pioneers locked down the south. Looks like there's a heated contest in the north here. Machine gun tried to reposition. Riflemen are right on top of it. So are the rear echelons. So that's going to be a retreat there. Oh man, it's getting body blocked like crazy. But he was actually focusing the pioneers instead of the machine gun, so it gets away just fine. So these riflemen actually win this engagement. Just because it appears there's only one window out of that side. Kind of looks like there's a lot more windows, but it's actually just one. Maxim for Brosras early. So interesting build from him. One conscript into Maxims. Does lead to quite a slow start. Going for Maxims. But once they start suppressing units, forcing the retreats, that's when you regather a lot of map control. These riflemen really want to take control of this building, but the grenadiers is popping in and out, preventing that. Finally have to give it up. And the allies have had a bit of control of the munitions in the middle. They've had double munitions for quite a decent chunk of time. Uh-oh. KIMBO and Stern Ponies coming up on the flank of these Maxims. Forcing the retreats. This one's actually in jeopardy of going down here. No, there's a favourable retreat path. Whoa, that was weird. That Maxim like kind of ran down. Looks like this one's going to get wiped now. Oh, right at the edge. Conscripts Uraing in to regather it though. So that's going to be saved thanks to the Ura. But that was weird. I think like the Folks ended up blocking this passageway, so the Maxim actually pathed back around this way to escape. Otherwise wouldn't have got wiped there. Either way, Brosras was on top of it with the conscripts nearby for the recrew. That's why conscripts are so helpful, you know. Ura to speed in there, and 6-man squad to be able to recrew it without losing your squad. Very nice to see. Little do these riflemen know they're about to get ambushed from behind. Finally getting forced away there. Claim it in the middle, but he's backed out of the heavy cover. So he does end up forcing the retreat. Student Pioneer's not on the retreat path though, so that's going to get away just fine. Sending out the Maxims now. But the squad is allowed to get close enough to throw some incendiary grenades here. Could force... No! Okay, here it goes. It's from the other squad. Trying to hang on here. Bringing up a lot of squads in support, as well as Captain, very close. Very strong close range. Third Maxim now for Brosras. Trying to stop these Axis troops. That's a full retreat from KIMBO in the north. KUBO's still alive though, still doing some capping. We do have a squad of conscripts making a break for the southern fuel. But Stern Pioneers and Foxtree is heading over that way. Not going to be successful, it doesn't look like. But the Allies are having a little bit of trouble. Their support weapon suppression hasn't really kicked in terms of map control quite yet. Axis have definitely got off to a stronger start. A few more go down to the mine on retreat there, but it's going to get away just fine. We do have mechanized up. Looks in production for Stuve. Oh, this is just a fight that the MG42 can never win against the Maxim like that. It's chased away.
We are losing a sector.
Looks like we've got healing now for Brosras. Artavick coming over and taking use of that. It's actually yeah, interesting to see that Brosras going for healing instead of US forces player going for an ambulance and them kind of splitting the healing, which is quite often what we see in 2v2s. This US forces aura healing is just so strong, can easily heal two armies. There goes the KUBO. Probably didn't need the anti-tank grenade, but there you go. Secures the kill anyway. Got full G43s for KIMBO. Trash grenades attempted on the retreat path, a little bit too late though. And here comes the Stuart. Gonna try to zone out this. Looks kind of hiding behind the building at the moment. Not getting any shots in with the Stuart. T-gun coming in for Artavick as well. He has selected a commander. He's going for heavy cavalry. Brosras also selected a commander going for mechanized support. Building himself some guards. But as I said, by locking into these commanders early, don't have the option of going for an elephant or similar to try and counter the ISU-152. So I know it's a long way off, but once we get to 14 CPs, that could be a big hurdle for the Axis. Luckily on this map, the ISU-152 not that powerful. There's plenty of flanking room, not nearly as devastating as it is on Rails and Metal, for instance. Uh-oh. It's a nasty retreat path. Looks in there doing some damage as well. Guards got forced away from the bottom after securing the VP. Allies under a lot of pressure here. Stuve and Brosras. I mean, Stuve and KIMBO looking pretty strong. Not sure what this Lux is up to here. If he uses point blank engine shot on this, it's dead. Oh, here's the Puma though. AT gun in an awkward position. Setting it up now. Use the vision block. Oh, the squad coming in around the side. It looks like it's been forgotten about. And down it goes. Trying to get out of there with his AT gun now, because in comes a swarm of G43s. They're focusing down the AT gun. I'm trying to get some suppression in, but one full burst just can't do the job. Now he's making use of the tactical movement, speeding up for the chase. Second Maxim coming along. He manages to decrease the AT gun in a very safe position though, right side of the base. And another Maxim finally comes through. What's this, the retreat? Oh, there's an awkward position to set up your Maxim. Just gets ambushed right around the corner there. And the Axis have secured double fuel. Maybe only briefly, but still. Their fuel control has definitely been a lot stronger to this point. So expect fast medium tanks on the back of that. MG34 on this building now as well. Oh, it's going to need something pretty sturdy to get rid of that. We do have a T-70, but look at this, 11-minute T-70, very, very late for Brosras. Sends the sweepers up now right after he runs over a mine. Unfortunate, but good play nonetheless. Making sure he's not going to hit any mines with his T-70. He doesn't want to lose it to the Puma on the follow-up. G42 in a little bit of jeopardy here. Sending the sweepers up once again, making sure he's not going to hit any mines.
We are losing territory. Get us out of here.
But not much doing there. Oh, Puma, I don't know how it landed a shot there. T-70 has to pull back. Guards sticking around, getting some good PTRS damage in here. A lot of these shots connecting with the elevated road there, not doing any damage to the guards. He realizes that, pulls back a little bit, forcing the guards onto the negative cover here, putting them at a little bit of risk. Here comes the Panzer IV. As I said, this Axis fuel control has been so strong to this point. But the AT gun bounces the first shot. Doesn't allow engine damage thanks to the AT grenade there. Unfortunate for Artavick. Could have activated the armor piercing round, so if you wanted to guarantee the penetration there. Use some attack ground shots now, but as I said, this road is elevated. Quite tricky to attack ground over an elevated road like that. Oh my god. Massive blob coming through. One Maxim not enough to stop it here. Second Maxim in the back, just a tiny bit out of range. Needs to move this Maxim up a little bit, but he can't. He hasn't. Oh, Stewart gets a juicy hit in there though. Took quite a few shots, but finally one of them connects well. He's going in with this. Pops the shell shock. Gun's disabled right next to the AT gun. But oh, here's the Puma in support. He's trying to run up to steal the Maxim, but he can't. The other Maxim's covering it. Puma getting some shots in there. Oh, the AT gun's helping out. And Maxim is going to stay in Allied control, but things are looking very dicey for them here. Uh-oh, what's this Puma doing? Oh, this is a horrible idea. Wasn't expecting the Su-76, and down it goes. Axis just chucking in the units here, hoping it comes good. AT gun is there, so is the Su-76. Panzer IV now in jeopardy. It's trying to back away, trying to duke the arc off the AT gun. But it can't. The T-70 provides a little bit of blocking. Allows the AT gun to get their final shot in. Secure the kill. So that was a disastrous push there from the Axis. They popped the flares as well, so perhaps they just didn't have time to react to that Su-76, and because that hit the field, if they didn't have the Su-76 there, I think they would have been very successful for the Axis, but with that extra little bit anti-tank, definitely backfired on them there. However, you still have to consider, look, oh my god, look at this, how strong the Axis are still right now. They've had such good fuel control, even losing that much fuel, it's not hurting them too much. Interesting, he's backing away. Light vehicles, even with all these units crowded in the area, struggling to knock them out. Especially the Stuart's anti-infantry performance is not very strong. Looks like he's coming up for just a mass Faust on T-70. T-70 goes down the road for a little bit, trying to speed up the retreat. But now he has to kind of turn around some trees. Ends up getting Fausted, but at what cost? Could lose some Grenadiers here on retreat. Trying to focus down that low health one-man squad. Stuart having trouble though. Suppose he didn't chase a little bit more aggressively with the Stuart, but there you have it. Right on the retreat path here. Double AT guns for Artavick. Somehow, oh my god, he finds an angle through this tiny gap, gets the kill. I guess that you had a marked vehicle on that, providing sight of it. Wow, that was crazy from Artavick. Just found that tiny gap. It's like a really small gap in securing the kill. Didn't really pay much attention to what's been going on here in the south, but it looks like the MG34 got forced away and Brosras has taken control of the southern fuel, so Ally is really turning things around here. Got a pack now for KIMBO, a fresh Panzer IV as well. A little bit strapped for manpower at the moment, can't reinforce his blob. One thing we haven't seen from Stuve so far is Raketen play. A little bit surprising. Can really help get those allied light vehicles, just having that element of surprise. It's one thing we did see a lot from Price and Proddy. The Raketen play was actually very, very strong. So double AT guns is actually a big issue for KIMBO. Like, trying to avoid double AT guns with a medium tank is actually very, very challenging. Generally at this point you kind of want to... Oh! Stuart coming in. Packer's there in support, but he gets engine damage on the P4. But in comes the blob. He's making use of the tactical movement, charging forwards, trying to put pressure on these AT guns. Where are the Maxims? No Maxims nearby. Maybe he's going to set up for a Zis barrage. Oh, well, that's a long-range Zis barrage, and it's scattering wildly. Not doing too much. Yeah, I should have done it a little bit closer range. AT gun gets cleared out. Nice use of tactical movement. You know, a lot of people underestimate that ability. We just saw how strong it was there, allowing units to sprint forwards onto the anti-tank gun. Knock one of them out. We have a tier 4 tech going up down here. Brosras got forced away. Now Axa is looking in the driver's seat after knocking out and anti-tank gun. Oh, what's he doing with this Panzer IV? This is suicide. Zis is there. He knows the Zis was there. He's going for the ambulance, but a Sherman hits the field. He's blitzing away, but that is just a horrible throw. So greedy going off the ambulance like that. Like, the Zis barraged his units. He definitely knew the Zis was nearby, and the second M1 was nearby as well. That was so reckless. Trying to tactical move out of there, but 2 Maxims in his retreat path. What can he do about it? HE Sherman's coming up as well. A lot of these units very, very low. Looks like he's going to clear out one of the Maxims. And then hit retreat. All these one-man squads. So risky. It's like Brosras' assault at the bottom got repelled, and now that's pretty well fortified. Will require some real attention, probably from both players. They will knock it out. But they are currently on the rampage with their medium tanks. After KIMBO's kind of thrown away that second Panzer IV, Allies now have a nice period of uncontested medium tank action. This one gets Fausted almost straight away though. But that is allowing them to retake control of the north. VP's slight edge to the axis. The Allies are taking control of the middle and the north currently, so it's about to be switched around. Oh my god, lucky HE round there on the Raketin. Looks like it's going to go down. Doesn't have the machine gun upgrade on this yet though, so machine gun's not that powerful. Does clear it out, but that's in a very safe position. He's oorahing forwards to try and steal it. KIMBO's right there. He's tactical moving, trying to steal it. But he can't. He's launching a rifle grenade. Okay, that prevents it. Nice work from KIMBO. Wants to leave that clearly for his ally to recrew instead of recrewing it himself. Okay, double pioneers heading to the north. Uh-oh, he's forgotten about these. Could lose them on retreat here. Stuart moving into the retreat path. Looks like he got close enough for a Faust, and thanks to that, couldn't focus that one-man pioneer on retreat. Forwards comes the blob. Oh, you can't soft retreat, man. You gotta retreat. And he could still lose the squad on retreat, especially if he does a little bit of blocking with his Sherman. G43 blob, even more lethal than the SDG. Vaux Grenadiers. We saw this varying that from Prodigy and Price. T-34 heading down this way. Brought the sweepers up, but there is a Raketin right here. Anticipating this move. Comes around to the other side of the building. Oh, what's he doing with this? Oh, he's calling in IL-2 precision bombing run. Going for a world tour. Looks like he wants to knock this out. He's one more shot to connect. Here it goes, but T-34 goes down in response. Couldn't come out the other way either. Raketin was on the other side, so T-34 for HQ, pretty similar costs on those two. And of course he had to use the bombing run as well. Does have the advantage of setting Stuve's tech back, but he doesn't really need his tech. He can just get the Command Panther. So overall, not that good for Brosras there. Oh, that was a close call. Vehicle crew must get caught with their pants down. Artavick now floating quite a lot of manpower. Perhaps he could get some ranges. Probably quite like some machine guns, but don't think that's on the cards right now. Spending fuel on an officer trying to get a machine gun. And he probably wants to save for, well, yeah, an ambulance, of course, and a Jackson. Doubles this for Brosras here. With the marked vehicle, does some good damage. He's got the button as well. Looks like he's only going to be able to connect with the 2 shots, but still, that's a lot of damage on that Command Panther, putting it out for repairs for quite some time. Looks like this is going to go down though. And that's how he gets his machine gun, steals it. Oh, but perhaps not tactical movement. He's sprinting up to prevent the steal. Can the G43s clear it out? They can. The road's just so lethal. double Maxim setting up here. This is what you need if you want to stop a blob like this. So as they focus down one, the second one's suppression can kick in. Oh, he just manages to get the machine gun before the squads get suppressed. But this could be lethal. Oh, here comes the Tiger. Sherman has to get out of there. Making use of the shell shock here, blinding him. He needs to switch over to the armor piercing, and he has done now. Oh, and the double Zissa right there. Tiger now in massive jeopardy. He's blocked him in. Tiger can't get out. Oh my god, he goes down. 4 anti-tank guns. Ambush the Tiger there, coming around the corner. That was lethal. The Tiger, I thought, was for sure going to knock out the Sherman. So did he, but the use of the shell shock to prevent the Tiger from shooting, and then nice block as well from Artavick on this rear of the Tiger. That was a massive misplay from KIMBO. Set him back to the Stone Age. His army is minuscule now. Look at that. 41 supply. He's got good core of infantry, but no pack. He lost his pack. It's been stolen by Artavick. No tanks. No vehicles of any description. No tier 4. Horrible blunder. Honestly, KIMBO's decisions when it comes to vehicles have been very poor so far. Just kind of throwing his tanks away. All of them, I think, were just too recklessly used. Not really paying heed to their anti-tank gun positioning. Because they kind of, you know, in the situations where KIMBO's lost his tanks to anti-tank guns, they've had the read on where the anti-tank guns are. They've quite recently seen them in engagement in that vicinity. It's not like there was like some fight going on in the south and they'd rotated from mid to south unexpectedly. No. They had a little bit of info, a little bit of intel on where the anti-tank guns were, and that still went wrong. Okay, now we're getting some... no? Just briefly gonna pop off some MG34s now. Switching over to the walking Stuka, definitely required right now. It's this many machine guns, this many anti-tank guns. That is a necessity. G43's forcing away those squads. Command Panther coming up from a different angle. The thing with the Command Panther right now, not that effective, not that much to actually shoot at. Doesn't have the strongest anti-infantry, and there almost no vehicles. Oh, but right as I say that, Pershing hits the field. So that's going to be the battle now. Command Panther versus Pershing. Seen that so many times. Very interesting strategy here from Brosras. Late double mortar construction. Catching me off guard. Generally going for mortars at this stage of the game is very risky because there's so much rocket artillery on the field. And that could backfire on the walking Stuka hitting the field. The flares going in, spotting these. Anti-tank guns mobilizing now, perhaps anticipating a walking Stuka barrage on the back of that flare. Oh my god! Pershing almost gets one shot by so many Rakitans and the Command Panther. Doesn't quite get in there for the finishing blow, but very nice attempt from Stuve. Nice ambush with the Rakitans. Stuka barrage. Yeah, targeting the mortars. 6 kills, pretty good start. Axis continuing to harass the north here. Allies haven't really contested the south that much, you know, just been just enough units in the south for Stuve to lock it down very effectively throughout the entire match. That was a big hit from the Sherman. Wow, this squad came out of suppression. The Maxim was doing so little to them behind the sandbag. That's very surprising. So Command Panther gearing up for another assault. Stuka still has a wee bit longer on its cooldown. I think what he's going to try to do is just make an ambush on the Pershing with all three of these Raketans being used together. They don't know that Brosras has a Katyusha. He hasn't revealed it yet. I imagine as soon as those Raketans reveal themselves, that's what he'll be targeting with this. He doesn't have the drop on that quite yet. So just biding his time. Looking for a juicy target for that first Katyusha barrage. Wants maximum shock impact from it. And he's going for another T-34. That's pretty interesting, actually. I suppose he feels like he's got the anti-tank pretty well locked down with the anti-guns. He actually had these in camouflage, so he could have left them hidden. Ooh. Targeting the AT guns, but gets lucky, catches the mortar teams, and that's probably Vet 1 on that. No, 14 kills. Man. Weapon crew teams are obviously very low value targets, which is why they're not providing much veterancy. Panther sneaking around, double packs here as well. Looking for a target of opportunity. AT guns. Oh my god, there's so many AT guns here. Command Panther's got to be careful, he's marked. Took a lot of damage there. Oh my god, he's still taking damage. He hasn't backed this away. The 3 Raketans crawl in, but as I said, the Katyusha was waiting. And all of them get decrewed there by a super close range Katyusha barrage. We've got the planes coming in. Targeting the T-34. Sherman gets away. Very, very low health. But man, that Katyusha barrage, that was huge. They've actually put down a fighting position here, obviously trying to contain the blobs. It's a pretty good idea. Can't get decrewed. The gunner can't get decrewed like machine guns can. Trying to stop these from being recrewed. And looks like he might be successful. So that's this barrage. And he outright destroys it there. So all 3 of those Raketans for Stuve just got cleared out. Thanks to that monstrous Katyusha barrage. Command Panther almost went down for Stuve as well. Didn't quite back around the building early enough. But still, Axis in control of 3 VPs right now. Allies are getting very low on the VPs. And fresh Tiger on the field now for KIMBO. Let's see what he can get done with it. Oh! Yeah, doesn't quite have the kill on it. Oh, man! Pershing, though, gets caught with its rear armor exposed, double packs, and the Tiger. Oh, and the Tiger just squeaks away. Close call there. Oh! Good Stuka barrage there. Clears out one Maxim. It's a little bit of damage to the other. Command Panther coming back in here. He's still marked. They know exactly where it's going. It does allow them a lot of room to reposition their anti-tank guns. He's going in with the Stuart for the Tiger. Daring play here. Trying to get on its rear armor. Oh, main gun destroyed. Not a chance, buddy. Daring play from Artavick. I guess he felt that Stuart had was worth losing to Stuart to be able to kill a Tiger. Didn't quite come good, but that's how it goes sometimes. Katyusha trying to barrage these packs, but they move forwards. out of the firing area. It's actually gone for double re-echelons as well. Oh! Katyusha gets found, but it gets... Oh my god, it gets abandoned, and then anti-tank guns all penetrate, knocking out the Command Panther on the return.
We've dropped to 100 points.
But yeah, you hear that? Allies getting very low on VP, so despite knocking out some high priority targets there, they're actually in a lot of trouble. Struggling to hold on to the VPs. They did keep the Katyusha alive though. That is just like crazy luck. Abandon's just so stupid. T-34 trying to help in the middle. Knows that it's safe to do so because the Command Panther died. But here's a fresh one. Already. Filtration grenades coming off. Some has to retreat. Double mortars doing some damage though. VP stays neutral. Brosras also kept down here in the south, so VP's quickly switching hands here. Switches targets with the mortars to that machine gun they were shooting as Maxim earlier. Oh, Tiger up to no good. Right, vehicle on it. Anti-tank gun is there. Stuka targeting the mortars again. Some good damage in, but no wipes. Wow, he's going in with the Sherman here. T-34's coming in, but it gets snared on the way in. Could still make itself relevant though. Bounces that shot. Tiger kind of backing itself into a corner here. Sherman getting some lucky penetrations. Katyusha targeting the AT guns. And Tiger goes down. Heroic Sherman play. Second T-34 comes in through the middle. One T-34 goes down. Paxa getting decrewed here. That Sherman is so fast now, man. Speeding away to safety. Command Panther was nowhere nearby. Flushed out these units here in the south. Oh no. Okay, he's coming in now, but this is risky. This is in a good position. Command Panther in trouble. Goes for a ram. Command Panther. Oh, he just outruns the ram. But those Zis, man, they were punishing. Oh my god, and the T-34 secures the kill with the lucky frontal penetration there. I feel bad for Stuve there because everything penetrated his Command Panther. Just, that was really unlucky for him, honestly. Every anti-tank gun shot. And the T-34 76 right at the end there, that was... I feel bad for him, honestly. I feel like that was pretty unlucky.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
That could be the turning point, though. Another Command Panther gone. This time he doesn't have the resources to rebuild it instantly.
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
The thing is, the Allies have to be playing the VPs. Oh, he's forgotten about this squad here. Perhaps he just wants to... oh my god. Do as much VP drain as possible by staying in the VP circle. A little bit too early for that, though, I think. Throwing away units into the VPs. It's something you want to do when it's under 50, maybe. It's a little bit away from that. So we've got some rebuilt riflemen here. Can he get the wipe? Oh, he does as they cross the water there. Oh, and it's a fresh Pershing. Oh, that is bad news for the Axis. Pershing hits the elevated road, though. U4 takes engine damage. There's a bit of friendly fire from the mortars there. Can't run over a mine. Axis have had a pretty strong hold on the bottom. We did see a truck move to the bottom there, but didn't actually plant it. Guess he just hasn't had the resources, has to save back up for another Command Panther. Perhaps if his preservation of the Command Panther was a little bit stronger, he would have been able to put another tech truck down here, but it hasn't happened so far. Stuka readying itself for another barrage. Looks like Brosras is sending his tanks down to the south to flush that out. Axis. KIMBO is actually pretty close to another Tiger. Tigers haven't been working out too well for him so far though. Honestly, it's like the Allies have just had too many support weapons for one walking Stuka to deal with alone. Kind of needs multiple pieces of rocket artillery. Walking Stuka barrages have been pretty effective as well. He's got a lot of kills on that. 34. Just missed a barrage. He's got a whole bunch more kills with it though. 43's charging in. So we've got some Katyusha action heading in their direction. Ooh, nice opening salvo. Desperately trying to capture the VP here. Yeah, this is super risky with the G43 squad. Could lose it to HE Sherman very easily. Uh-oh. Double T-34s threatening as they roam around the map. Fresh Tiger though. Double AT guns moving into intercept. Axis find themselves in a very tricky position there. Armor preservation hasn't been up to scratch here. Oh. Targeting the Maxim. Doesn't actually do too much damage there. Pack now in jeopardy. He's trying to decrew it, and he does! That was a lucky break. Tiger wants to go and get the revenge kill. But yeah, that elevated road once again causing headaches. Oh my god, and the rate of fire on this M1 now is insane at Vet 3. A lot of people complain about this, but when you pop the arm-piercing rounds, this thing is an absolute beast at Vet 3. Oh my... Oh, that was murder. Almost loses... Oh, and he does lose one squad. Almost lost two there to one Pershing shot. That's what happens when you put your squads right next to each other like that. T-34 coming in on the side. Katyusha targeting these double support weapons. They're going to get decrewed. Stuve about 15 fuel away from another Command Panther. But that's not really what you want to have happen, losing one of your kits like that. Right before your Command Panther hits the field. You won't be able to go for any of those kit and ambushes as well now. Decent attempt at a dodge there from Brosras, limits the damage from that walking Stuka, but that's hit Vet 2 now. It's when it's got both its cooldown bonuses, so that will be lethal. Axis now ticking under 100 VPs themselves. This game is going right down to the wire. Fresh Command Panther, fresh Tiger. Can the Axis turn this game around here? The army supplies are significantly lower though. It looks like the both the allies close to their supply limits. Axis in the 60s. Need to make sure they don't take too much damage from the anti-tank guns on their vehicles. Like exactly what's happening right now to the Tiger. It's getting walloped from all these anti-tank guns. And this is something that the rocket artillery really hasn't been able to deal with so far. Oh my god! Okay, here comes another walking Stuve barrage thanks to the V2 bonus. Oh, unlucky with the rocket scatter. And now he's just creeping them forwards with the camouflage. You don't often see the AT gun camouflage, but Brosras is making good use of it here. Trying to set up some ambushes Raketten style. Oh my god. He knows where this is because of the marked vehicle targeting it with the Katyusha barrage. Good idea. T-34 is heading to the south. Command Panther wants to head down there to stop them from this assault, but 2v1, he's on half health. That's very risky. Pershing could easily come in, rotate, catch his rear armor here. Oh my god. Risky stuff here with Command Panther. What are these Stern Pioneers doing? Chasing down the anti-tank guns. Oh, he's caught this and he's got main gun destroyed. Units sprinting in here with the tactical movement. Anti-tank guns in a vulnerable position. Nice pineapple grenade though. There's a lot of health damage. One AT gun goes down, but Maxim's kicking in now. In comes the Sherman for a bit of cleanup. And the assault is halted. Very good damage control there from the allies. Tiger takes marked vehicle again. He's just constantly marked vehicle. Even just to like amplify the damage on these vehicles. Oh man, but the AT guns are there in force as well, and that Tiger gets decimated immediately. And looks like that's going to be it. Axis throw in the towel there. So we saw Stuve and KIMBO actually got off to quite a strong start, but their armor preservation was really awful this game. And the allies on the back of that actually had very good anti-tank gun positioning themselves, made very good use of marked vehicle, and just you know, got themselves back into the game by chipping away at the Axis one piece of armor at a time. Ultimately, the Axis just couldn't come back. I feel like Stuve got a little bit unlucky with this Command Panther not really bouncing that many shells, but that's COH2, baby. So I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.